look like in New Jersey? Do you vote like just vote for a Democratic ticket just straight up and down, or what?
Personally, yes, I do.
No, but I mean literally is because some places do you just press a button and it votes the whole Democratic slate?
No, you have to individually pick.
I see. You have to pick each one. Okay, because I know some states make it easy for you. Just hit the button at the top, click, and it's the whole Democratic slate.
I don't think they want to make it easy.
Well, we know that. I mean, but some states have, fortunately.
Yeah,
Some states,
yeah.
some states have, fortunately, and that's a good thing. So, okay,
Excellent. Well, thank you, Mark.
all right, man. So we'll hope
All
for
right,
the best today. All right,
absolutely.
let me do this real quick. Lynn is in Virginia herself. Lynn, you voted today. God bless you. Good morning. Get woke and vote.
Yes, just left the polls. Voted for Northrum.
Northam, how you think he's going to do today?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous about it. Hopefully he wins. We don't need Gillespie here.
What city are you in?
I'm by Warrington,
Warrington. Okay.
outside of Northern Virginia.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Um, well, Lynn, we'll hope for the best. Okay. What about all your friends? You tell all your friends and family to vote for Northam.
Trying to.
Keep trying. Okay. What's wrong with them?
Oh, we will.
You need me to talk to some of them? You want to text me their numbers and stuff?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. Thank you. Enjoy your day. All right.
Hey, keep it up for Northrum. Have a great day. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Vote Northam today, folks. Get woke and vote. Dear friend on the line, a longtime friend. He is the host of a new radio show there in Virginia. Folks who are up on our social media, Twitter, Make It Plain, Facebook, Make It Plain, or MIP, YouTube, Make It Plain. The host of the Gary Flowers Show. Gary Flowers is here with us this morning. Gary, good morning, man. How are you?
Good morning, Brother Mark. It's good to hear your voice again. We worked together, been on the battlefield for many years,
That's
and,
right.
and here we are again.
Yes, sir, brother. And congratulations on the radio show.
Thank you. You know, God places you where you need to be, not necessarily where you want to be. So I have a microphone now, and I'm using my voice to transmute my 30 years of experience in politics, particularly as it relates to civic engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm asking people on the Gary Flowers Show to do is, as they call in, I've asked them for the last 2 months to identify their state house district in the Commonwealth of Virginia, as well as their congressional district. I think that as we educate voters on, and they become comfortable within their own district, they can make better change.
I would agree. Tell us, Gary. Well, first of all, let everybody know where they can hear your show, what station you're on, and everything, so people can definitely listen this morning.
The Gary Flowers Show is a weekday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern call-in talk show at WREJ Rejoice Radio, Richmond, Virginia. But you may find us on Facebook Live at Rejoice 101.3 FM, 990 AM, or on regular Facebook at The Gary Flowers Show.
Very good. Again, Gary, it's a pleasure to have you. So, how do you think that the election is shaping up today?
Well, it's of concern to us for two reasons. One, it's an off-year election. You know the pattern all too well that most people in America only pay attention to presidential elections. So we've had to work very hard to educate folk on the importance of the election. Mm-hmm. Also, it's been a lackluster campaign by the Democrats here in Virginia.
Really?
And one that even included Ralph Northam taking off the photograph of his lieutenant governor running mate, Justin Fairfax, who happens to be African American.
Right.
We've had to deal with that. However, there still is a late-minute realization that we don't want a Trumpite in the name of Ed Gillespie coming into office. And so the voters that have called into my show share that sentiment.
How have you dealt with the controversy around him taking Justin Fairfax off the flyer? It was really just one union that did that, right?
Yes, but here's the thing, Mark. We've had to actually run two trains at the same time. One is mobilization for this vote, and then deal with the Democratic superstructure. This is not new to us in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Doug Wilder, 30 years ago, had the same type of distancing from his running mates. So we're used to that. It's just sad that it's still going on. But we have civic engagement and mobilization to do. So that's what we're focusing on. I didn't let a lot of my callers discuss it on the show.
I see. But is it, do you think it's going to hurt? I mean, people are aware of it. It's been in national news. You think it's going to hurt black voter turnout?
No. I think that we've convinced black voters that it's still important to go out and vote. We're utilizing a service called carpoolvote.com, and that is leftover Uber software that voters can not only be picked up to go and vote to the precinct, but they can actually use their individual cars or their institutional vehicles, church vans and the like, to pick people up. And there's a super grid that is, Uber style. So I think that that's going to be effective in getting people to the polls.
All right, that's important. I think that goes back to the days of the civil rights movement in Ella Baker.
Absolutely.
When they started doing
and
that.
It's funny you mentioned that, because part of my training was by Attorney Oliver Hill, who argued the Brown versus Board of Education case. But he was the first black elected to Richmond City Council in 1948 since Reconstruction. And my father, may he rest in peace, was so proud to put a bullhorn and rope it to the top of his car and ride around in the black neighborhoods, encouraging people to vote that day. And so this Uber-style carpoolvote.com is reminiscent of, like you said, Ella Baker, door-to-door, hand-to-hand civic engagement combat.
So, as you said, you've not really allowed it to get in the way of your mobilization. What about Doug Wilder, though? He, in fact, has not endorsed Northam, correct?
No, but what he did last week was he endorsed Justin Fairfax,
right,
and said that he has been given in the words of Governor Wilder, Justin Fairfax has been dealt a bad hand.
Yeah.
And so that helped to motivate African Americans as well to come out and vote.
Interesting.
And so people are holding their nose and voting the entire ticket, as I'm told by my listeners. But it's not because the Democratic Party has reached out or done an effective job. And then we have outside unions. We have the Service Employees, Service International Employees Union here from New York. 1199 is mobilized in my neighborhood with a total Winnebago that's been going around the region.
Good.
Yeah.
So now, and I'm glad 1199 is there. Gary Flowers with us, folks. The Gary Flowers Show down in Richmond, Virginia. You've not been making a big deal, so as not to demobilize. You've not been making a big deal about the flyer. By the same token, when Sunday happened, I said, y'all, we don't need to talk about guns until Wednesday.
Exactly.
Because we don't want to mobilize the NRA in Virginia. We start talking about guns and gun control, they mobilize better than us. So I've been telling everybody.
The NRA has already mobilized around guns as connected to the Confederate statue issue.
Yeah.
And so that's been a tightrope as well. Lieutenant Governor Northam has come out against the Confederate statues, and Gillespie has been very pro-Confederate statues. The voters that have been calling into my show have connected Gillespie's fervor around his support for the Confederate statues to that of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So that connection, I think, is going to be Gillespie's downfall.
You mentioned Democratic Party, Gary, has been lackluster. Why do you think that is?
Problem with the Democratic Party is we're in football season. And in football, as you may know, your team either plays to win or they play not to lose. Democratic Party politics for 30 years since the Clintons took over the National Democratic Party has been one of not to lose and have not been aggressive enough in playing to win. What I mean by that is the Democratic Party has not spoken to the issues of people outside of urban areas and have not utilized their resources. Just on the media spend alone, there's been $500,000 spent by Gillespie camp and the Northern camp. Very few of those dollars have gone to black radio. So there's never been a strategy in the last 30 years that's been aggressive. I remember arguing with Terry McAuliffe when he was DNC chair on a 50-state strategy in the 1990s. And he thought that it said something back then called battleground states. So there's never been, in my estimation, an aggressive political strategy by the Democratic Party, particularly as it relates to communities of color.
That's really what our old friend Donna Brazile is saying, too, in her book.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering, though, does the timing of her book hurt us in Virginia?
I don't think so. I think that Donna Brazile's points are for Democratic politics nationally. And I don't think they're going to, that voters, at least as example by ones who called into the Gary Flowers show, are going to use that against the Democratic ticket in Virginia. I think that she uses timing, and people are debating her timing, to get the maximum showcase of her views.
Okay. Gary Flowers with us, folks, the Gary Flowers Show. So for those listening, let's try to get some instruction from Gary. If you are in Virginia, and I know you can go to iwillvote.com if you're unsure about your polling place and all that. You can go to iwillvote.com, easy to find. But tell us more about this app where people can actually get a ride to the polls.
Carpoolvote.com is a way in which individual citizens can be picked up by a ride and taken to their local precinct.
Okay.
But better than that, individual owners of cars can use them Uber style to take voters, or institutions such as fraternities, sororities, churches can use their vans, their buses, also to pick up people in underperforming areas and take them to the polls.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that here in Virginia. Carpoolvote.com.
Are we going to win today, Gary?
I think the citizens are going to win. And as it relates to the Democratic Party in Virginia, I think it's going to be a narrow victory, but not because they necessarily earned it.
Was Northam the best candidate for this?
No. And that's another problem within the Democratic Party. There's an idea that there's this sense of secession, that, it's my turn. Hillary Clinton ran into that on the national level.
Right.
And I don't think that the Democratic Party has chosen the most vigorous candidates to run. If you're running against a former national RNC chair who served in presidential cabinets and has been a top-rate lobbyist, you're going to have to put somebody against him or her that is equally, competitive. And I don't think the Democratic Party did so in this choice.
Would Perriello have been a better candidate?
Absolutely.
I see.
In my mind. Now,
Dr.
Northam is a very nice man.
Yeah, he is.
A very conscientious man.
Yeah.
But in politics is a contact sport.
Yeah.
You can't show up to a political alley fight with a thesaurus and a stethoscope.
But what I don't get is why people don't adjust their personality knowing the nature of the fight they're in. We all can adjust, man. I mean, we all ought to be able to.
No, Mark, you and I are fighters who can be diplomats as well.
Okay.
Some people don't have the trigger that allows them to cross over and be an alley fighter.
In the meantime, of course, we all know that the choice is clear. It's stark. We cannot have Ed Gillespie. And as I've been saying, Gary, as I'm sure you've been saying to your listeners, the last time the Democrats won New Jersey and Virginia in the same year was 2005. It ended up being a forecast for the next year because in 2006 we won the House back. So we got to win Virginia and New Jersey today. Those of you who have friends in Flint, vote against the recall for the mayor.
Absolutely.
So there's all of that, and it
In
has
Portland, Oregon as well.
Portland.
So
Yes.
what I'm asking, I'm in several national organizations, and I serve as a commissioner on the Commission for Voter Justice. So I've mobilized my various directories in terms of membership organizations in both New Jersey and Virginia and in Michigan, Flint, Michigan.
Okay. All right. Gary Flowers, folks. Gary, tell our audience once more where they can hear you this morning, 9 to 11 Eastern,
Yes.
live out of
The
Richmond.
Gary Flowers Show. You may reach us on Facebook Live at the word Rejoice, 101.3 FM, 990 AM, or on Facebook at The Gary Flowers Show. On Twitter, we're at Gary Flowers. So,
All right. All right. And we're tweeting at you. We're streaming at you right now on Twitter and on Facebook, brother. So you can share
Excellent.
this broadcast. This is my main man, Gary. He's on the ground right there in Richmond. He's home, y'all.
That's right.
Back laboring in the vineyard, and we appreciate that. We need him there. And I wanted to talk to someone right there today to let us know what's going on. And again, the website to get that ride, you said it's Carpool?
Carpoolvote.com.
Carpool. Now, is that nationwide or just in Virginia?
That's nationwide.
Carpoolvote.com. I didn't even know about that. I'm glad to hear about that.
Yes.
Carpoolvote.com. Gary, thank you, my brother. It's always good to talk
Absolutely.
to you. Let's do this again sometime, man, okay?
No doubt, Brother Mark. You stay on the battlefield. Keep fighting.
You know I will, man. Stand strong. Good luck with everything today. I hope we can pull this out.
All right. Same to you.
All right.
Peace.
Take care now. 866-99-SIRIUS, 866-997-47 for a poll call is in effect. Let us know if you voted, where you voted, how you voted. Give us a call. 866-997-4748 is the number.